I have no idea how to do a British accent properly, so I should stop trying. Just talk in a Canadian accent, which I don't know if you Americans can tell that I have a Canadian accent. So today we're gonna on Sweaty Hero Comic Bargains. We are talking Marvel UK. So back in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, Marvel had a UK publishing house, did reprints of their titles, but also had some of their own titles that they created. And for example, they did a Transformer comic book, which was weekly, and would reprint Transformers and other characters, which is funny to me, in the comic book. And they created a character in Transformers called Death's Head, which was a cyborg, yes, and that's how you talk. Huh? I'm a cyborg, yes. I'm going to fight you, yes. And they had they kept the rights to this Death's Head by introducing him in a comic book separate than Transformers, but then placing him in the Transformers Marvel Universe. Long side story, sorry. But the point is, and then he appeared in Doctor Who for some reason, Marvel's Doctor Who comic, and then he appeared in his own book, and later on they tried to make Death's Head into a cool cyborg character, Death's Head 2. So here we have some of the titles of Marvel UK. Pendragon, not Knights of the Pendragon. I had to look it up inside. Is it just Pendragon? I have to file it under P instead of K. It gets confusing sometimes when they do this. And then we have the Incomplete Death's Head, which I'm going to not file under I for Incomplete, because who's going to look for Death's Head under I, Incomplete? So it's under Death's Head and then under the letter I, meaning that behind all the other Death's Head series. Then we have, so that's the original Death's Head. Yeah, he's cool, yes. Then we have Death's Head 2, which to me looks more like the Predator, so it's not an iconic design. Look at the original design. Look at that design. That's a cool design. That design, well, there's Wolverine in there, but it looks very more like I said, it looks more like, he looks like the Predator. He looks like the Predator. I can't distinguish. Who's that? Is that the Predator or is that a Cyber Predator? But Death's Head's cool. And then we have Death's Head and Die Cut, and this one is embossed cover. And embossed cover. I'm having too much fun with this. Genetics. I don't know enough of this title, so I'd have to read it. Today, the new breed of genetic mutants created by Mrs. Curry. I guess there is a vague Mutant X tie-in, but not necessarily X-Men, but definitely. Well, actually, I think those are the X-Men that are. I don't know. Sorry. Genetics is something that looks like a fun read. Let me put it this way: this is something I'm definitely going to want to read. But cool, it's a cool cover. That's neat. So you had a lot of different characters. Motormouth, I think, was one other one. There are a lot of other characters. Here is another Pendragon. This one featuring Iron Man as a guest star, and then Super Soldiers, I believe, is connected with Captain America. But all of these comic books you can find in quarter bends and dollar bends and dime bends. And I've read a few of these. I haven't read the particular ones, but I've read a lot of Marvel UK, and I've always found them fascinating and interesting because Marvel UK basically decided to take an interesting approach, which is that their corner of the universe would be more cyberpunk and more tech and stuff like that. Back in the 80s and 90s, sci-fi had cyberpunk movies and stuff like this. So it's kind of interesting to me that Marvel UK took just an approach of that their particular corner of the universe would be cyberpunk, especially when you consider that Excalibur was already established as being part of the Britain. But even stuff like Knights of the Pendragon tends to be more cyberpunk. But all fun characters and titles that are worth checking out in your quarter bends and dollar bends. And who knows, maybe one day they'll develop one of these characters. I can see Death's Head. You don't even need a time in the Marvel Universe. Come on, let's get Death's Head going. Yes, yeah. Let's get Death's Head. Make it like a cross between RoboCop and a cyberpunk movie like Blade Runner or something. You know what I mean? I think I want a Death's Head movie. I'm calling it. Put it in the comments alone. Kevin Feige, Death's Head. Yeah. So, anyways, Marvel UK, yes. Take it sweaty, ladies. Stay sweaty.